Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sports. My name is Emmanuel Udufejo, and I'm glad that you're always there, and I'm always here, doing this show every week. I've got also with me in the studio, Mr. Joachim Idada.
My pleasure as usual.
Glad to have you.
Sure do.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Exciting stories coming across from all across the world of sports, and we'll be doing justice to all of the stories coming across from swimming to the National Sports Festival to, CAF resolutions from Morocco, and also to the, of course, beautiful game of football. So the show is not just about us, it's also about you, and we'd like for you to join the conversation on social media. You'll see social media handles flying across your screen. We'd like for you to drop your comments, drop whatever feedback that you would like to give us, and we'll be glad to share them. And you can also go online and check us out on our website, and we'll be glad to have you with us. All right, let's start from the 17th FINA World Championships going on right now in Budapest, Hungary, where about 182 countries are contesting in a swimming competition. And interesting stories coming across. We know that there are 75 medals to be won in this tournament across 6 different categories. And the real talking point, Mr. Joachim, is around the fact that Africa is not being well represented in this tournament. It's worrying. But is swimming really an African thing?
Yes, swimming is an African thing. What is swimming? We see, that's it.
At least back here in Nigeria, we have a lot of the Ilajes, and
not only you have
even
all
in the southeast,
water, you have all the river,
yeah.
And even surprising, even in this event, there is the swimming across the channel. It's one of the medal events.
Fantastic.
That is not only going to be swimming now inside the swimming pool.
Yeah.
They're swimming across the channel. I think part of the problem we have in Africa is for you to swim at that level, it takes a lot of work and a lot of discipline. I watched the, synchronized swimming of Chinese team. They won gold in the synchronized swimming. I can bet you, except you are in the armed forces, it is almost impossible for you to be that disciplined. It is almost impossible. So
basically it takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of training.
It takes a lot of time for you to even make an impact. We in Africa,
we don't seem to be doing that here in Africa.
We are not even ready. I won't call ourselves a bunch of indisciplined people, but we are not ready to put in that effort, that commitment. And it is not today and you harvest tomorrow. It is not, I won't call it, it's
a long-term planning that you need to do to be able to get there.
Planning. In the All-African Games, we should be serious about swimming in the All-African Games. In the National Sport Festival, we should be serious about swimming. I don't know whether even we have an African swimming championship where all the African
so that we can use that as a precursor.
So you can see that there are events. There are events, and with those events, you know what to do. But when we do not have those things, then we are just joking. So and that is the critical, and that is why when you have this kind of major events, it's either we just went there to add to the number.
And, moving on to, something else that is just, still the same story. Talking about the National Sports Festival. The National Sports Festival holds here in Nigeria, almost a couple of years apart from each other, but it hasn't happened since the last one happened in 2012. And I can tell you right now that Cross River State does have the hosting rights to the next National Sports Festival. But the Deputy Governor of Cross River, Professor Ivara, is to paid a visit over the last weekend to the Minister of Sports, Barrister Solomon Dalong, pleading that the government should, intervene, and try to give them some funds to be able to host the next National Sports Festival. Well, the state governor has still gone ahead to say that by next year, he hopes, still based on the fact that if the federal government can give them funds, they would be able to hold the next National Sports festival. All right, moving on. We did tell you last week that there was the CAF executive meeting that happened in Rabat, Morocco. CAF executives were, of course, there, and also the big man, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, was also there. And, you know, of course, the deliberations was around two critical things. You know, do they want to move AFCON, the African competition, from 16 participating teams to 24? And the second thing was also trying to move the AFCON from being happening in January to move it later to June, July. Well, we can tell you as at today that has been agreed upon. So right now, the next AFCON, which comes up already next year, it's already upon us, would have 24 African teams participating in the next AFCON. And also it will happen in June, July of 2018, no longer January. Let us see how it pans out. 2018 is just around the corner. There will be 24 teams in the next AFCON instead of 16. It would not happen in January. It would not happen June, July. So let us wait and see how it pans out. Of course, it will be good for some of our African brothers, you know, who ply their football trade in Europe. It will be a good time for them. They don't have to get out of their teams, you know, mid-season and all of that. So a good one for them. We'll go on a short break right now. When we come back, we'll be discussing at least something more exciting, the Nigeria National Freestyle Football Championship. Stay tuned.
One, freestyle football!
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is still Emmanuel Odufejo, and this is Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sports. All right, moving on to the Nigeria National Freestyle Football Championship happening here in Nigeria. It's been an exciting, couple of days at that tournament. Joachim, you have the lowdown on this exciting competition. What's happening there?
It was just a one-day event that took place on Sunday. And generally, it was what I would call the entertaining part of football.
Entertaining part of football.
It's football.
Is it different from regular football?
Yeah, it's different from regular football. Some of the things you see in regular football, they've now added a lot of entertainment into it. Dance. You don't see dance in regular football.
Definitely.
Except it's during halftime that you see.
We don't even do that.
Cheerleaders.
We don't do that in football. It only happens in basketball.
In basketball, so you know this kind of thing. We don't see all those acrobatics that people do. Only when they score goals. Yeah. That's it.
You can add that to the...
Now, they've added it to it. You see...
I know there's a lot of juggling. Football.
First, that's the comment. You see football, you see a ball. You see a ball. Then you now see what I call, those artistic sense in football. You know when you watch... I remember, was it one of the matches when Okocha... I've forgotten their opponent when he was playing Bolton. And when two defenders, I don't know, I can't remember vividly, when two defenders were just blocking him from making a true pass. And Okocha just took the ball and flipped it over his head, and it went over the two defenders, and it was on the other side to what? To collect the ball. So you see, those things.
Those are elements of freestyle.
Elements of
freestyle. All right, so what's your takeaway from the whole event?
It's nice. my takeaway for that event is nice. One, it creates opportunities. You see, you have a lot of youths out there who, for me, I just look at it as freestyle first. Freestyle is an international sport, or it's an international event. They have a world federation, and they have big and major events that happen. Nigeria has participated won in the African freestyle event that took place in South Africa. I can't remember most of it. Was it 2012 or something like that in South Africa? That was when Nigeria participated. And I think there's going to be another freestyle world championship coming soon. Is that later this year or early next year? So what we are seeing in the National Open is that the World Freestyle Federation has given the right to, let me categorically say, to a private body, not a government body like how everybody runs to the Ministry of Sports, to organize freestyle football. And that's how they came to organize the National Freestyle Championship. At the event, Papilo, he was there. When you talk football, you trust Papilo will be there, and he even granted an interview to us. Then not only that, he was a judge. Okocha there? No, he was not there.
That's the main guy that does freestyle.
Then we now had, what's his name again? Papilo was among the judges at the event. The Ghanaian freestyle champion was there, was among the judges. I think he's the world number 6. The world number 6. In freestyle, he came around. I can't remember his name most vividly, but these are the people that were the judges. And we just gave Nigerian youths, those who already know what freestyle is. What we normally know of freestyle is that during halftime, you see all these ball jugglers that come into the stadium. Just trying to show their stuff. So this time, there's a platform where this is what I just want to see. This was a very, very big event. The first prize was $1 million.
Nice.
And there are very, very few sports in Nigeria, even right now, recognized sports where you can get $1 million as your first prize. Then they have a car as part of it, first prize. So that was for me. That was good. That was huge. And even the ladies were not left out. It shows that the ladies have, you see, they say what a man can do.
A woman has already
done. A woman can do. I can't remember the lady that in one of the first round of the ladies event, I think her name was Sadiat or something like that. We watched the videos, but you see, later we got to put up some of these videos. I know Ascent TV has some of these footages, and they put them up on the web so that people can really get to know what I'm talking about. But you could see this girl's mastery of the round leather. I won't call it the round leather sport game. There's not the game of that. What we call
round leather
the
object.
Ball, the round leather object. You see this girl doing it and enjoying it, and that's another aspect of it. These children are doing something and they're enjoying it. It takes them away from the vices. And above all, it gives them an opportunity for empowerment. And that is critical for me.
I think for me, what I would like about it is it takes you away from the seriousness of a regular football match to just enjoy the sport and enjoy the creativity, that you can do.
But with the cost that was put forward that they used to organize that event, I do not know whether we can hold that quality of event. But I would want to suggest to the organizers, as far as I'm concerned, it was well done, well packaged. Kudos to the organizers. I think it's great. What we now need to do is to see how do we take that event around Nigeria. That means, yes, we have had a national championship.
Regional.
Yeah, we have had a national championship. So we can go to Edo State, we can do another championship. We can move on so that we can promote all of this. And above all, don't forget, there's this philosophy I have when it comes to sport. I say any event without television is an activity. Freestyle football must be shown on television. If you do not show it on television, there is no way you can promote that sport. And the organizers, yes, TV was there and they recorded it. That's good. It shows. But we need to watch it on television. like content. You need to watch it like content.
It's a great opportunity for young people to definitely showcase their talents. All right, so begin to wrap up the show. Let's come back to local scene and talk the NPFL, where we had the match week 31. Basically, I can tell you that Plateau United are still topping the league with 55 points, despite their 0-0 draw with away at Lobby Stars. So Lobby did not do them a favor in that one. MFM of Lagos are still second on the log with 52 points. And they had to overcome, was a 5-goal thriller, with Katsina United. So eventually the match ended 3-2, to MFM FC. So still a 3-point gap, between MFM and Plateau United. I know you want MFM to win this league. We'll see how that goes. Aqua United are still third on the log with 50 points. Of course, they have a game at hand. They defeated Nasarawa United 2-1, at home. Number 4 is Enyimba International on 47 points. On the other side of the table, you have on 17th position Rangers International, last year's winners, current champions, if you may, on 39 points. They lost away to ABS of Ilorin 2-0. ABS themselves are 18th, also on 39 points. 19th position has Gombe United on 36 points. They drew away to FC Ifeanyi 2-2. While surely relegated, I'm not sure, Remo Stars, 29 points. They also lost 2-0 away to Kano Pillars. It's not looking good for Remo Stars at this point. In fact, maybe all of the stars, only ABS seems to be making, little progress. Whatever happens between them and Rangers will determine, who would join them in the relegation. So I think the top of the table still looks very tight. Anything can still happen between Plateau United, MFM, Aqua United, and Enyimba. Enyimba looks a bit far off, but they are not so far off. Between 4th position and first position is about 8 points. 8 points. Yes. So that's doable.
That's doable. I was supposed to have, because analyzing the league and everything, I'm supposed to be seen to be neutral.
Yeah.
But my bias
is for MFM.
It's not because of any other thing, but because of the love for football.
Yeah.
I want to hope that we can bring in more organization to the NPFL, and to bring in more organization to the NPFL is, what do we do to get all those state government owned teams out of the Premier League. That's what is fascinating me. Okay. That's my steroid. That's something that's fascinating me. And the picture I can see is, if Plateau United, I'm not too sure, I think it's still owned by the Plateau State government, has some influence and some hold on Plateau United. If MFM, a private club owned by a church,
a religious organization,
can win the Premier League, it gives soundbite to our advocacy and opens the door that why can't the Catholic Church, why can't Asaruddin, why can't Ahmadiyya, why can't all of these other redeemed, Foursquare, why can't Winners, why can't all of these churches and organizations, why can't they float clubs? And when they float clubs, MFN did not just come from nowhere and come into the Premier League. They started right from the grassroots. Yeah. So all these people will come from the grassroots, knowing one thing, that they can get to the top. Another thing that I would love to even advocate, even if you say no, we don't want to use that route, it also shows that it's possible that all these religious bodies can even go and set up their own league and give us value. Because what is critical here, my brother, is
and
value.
Try to run it totally different.
If MFN, managed by, what's his name, Enakena, Godwin Enakena, can do it the way he's done it, the days when football was football in Nigeria, the days when it was fun, if I use that word, when it was fun following Nigerian football, going to the stadium, was the days when private clubs existed. I remember Flash Flamingos. I remember NNB, what's his name, Alfredobo and the group.
There used to be stationary
I remember
stores.
Stationary stores. I remember Wanyao National. I remember Abiola Babes. Oh God, Abiola Babes. You remember those? Till today, stationary stores is the darling team of Lagos. Whether any day, Lagos loves stationary stores. MFN, it will take some time for people for Lagosians to adopt MFN as their darling club. Never mind. It is what? It is work in progress. You don't get, you see a journey of 1,000 miles starts with what? A full step. That's the same way. Someday, very, very soon, the whole Lagosians will be all behind MFN and will be rooting for MFN. And so those are the kind of things I'm saying. So that is what is fascinating me. And those are the things I am following on the league table. I am also seeing another privately owned club right there at the bottom falling out, and that's Remo Stars. So it leaves this sweet, bitter taste in my mouth. But I know one thing. MFL, because it is a religious body, I want to also see them win the league and go into the continent. And let us see how they perform.
All right.
So those are the critical things that is there for me.
All right, just to also add that Rivers United goalkeeper Abiodun Akonde suffered a broken leg injury, in their match against Wiki Tourist. That's not a good one. We do hope Abiodun Akonde a swift recovery. I hope that we have all of the necessary treatment that he might need to undergo, and we hope to see him back playing football again. That one is for Rivers United goalkeeper Abiodun Akonde. It's been a fantastic time in the studio. So Joachim, I hope you enjoyed
let me
yourself.
just use this opportunity to remember Ikeme.
Carl
Ikeme, our Nigerian national team goalkeeper. Yeah. We here at Nasen TV, we continue to pray for you. We're supporting you. We're hoping that you're recovering well. We might not be there in your hospital in London, but surely we hope very, very soon you'll be up and doing. Leukemia.
All right.
It's possible for you to overcome leukemia. So be strong.
Thank you very much, and that's to Carl Ikeme. We wish you speedy recovery also. All right, gentlemen and ladies, that's the size of the show. We hope to see you next week, when we bring more exciting stories to you. Goodbye and have a great week.